Good afternoon. I'm Jan Roberts-Breslin, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the School of Communication Speech at Emerson Graduate Hooding Ceremony. I am honored to be here with you today to celebrate our graduates. I want to welcome families and friends who are here today. Your support has been incredibly important to the success of these graduates. We gratefully acknowledge that, and we thank you. Let me also take a moment to recognize our faculty in communication disorders, sciences and disorders. Our faculty are experts in their field who care deeply about the success of their students. They help the members of the class of 2023 reach this milestone by providing an exceptional learning environment, and they have done so with care and compassion. Let's thank them. Earning a master's degree is a major accomplishment that requires hard work and sacrifice. Our graduates know this better than anyone. But earning a master's degree at a time still impacted by a pandemic marks a whole new level of work and commitment, sacrifice, and resilience. Graduates, you did it, and you did it exceptionally well. In earning this degree, you have set a strong foundation for the rest of your life, and we can hardly wait to see where it takes you. Congratulations to you all. Thank you. We will begin with the invocation. Please stand as you are able.
Speech at Emerson community, our graduates, families, friends, and honored guests. In this moment of invocation, we are called to engage in a practice that is ancient, with deep roots across a great many spiritual traditions, and yet it might feel unfamiliar, unexpected, and new. An invocation is at its core an invitation into stillness and reverence for that which we consider sacred. And on a day that perhaps we have anticipated and waited for so long, and one that is perhaps filled with flurry and busyness and exhaustion and excitement, we take this moment of invocation as a very needed pause. A pause to invite, to acknowledge, and to thank all that has given us guidance and inspiration on our journeys leading up to today. As is our tradition at many events here at Emerson, we begin by first acknowledging the land upon which we stand. And here in Boston, we are on the ancestral and unceded lands of the Massachusetts people, whose name was appropriated by this Commonwealth. We pay respect to the Massachusetts elders, past and present. So too, in this moment of invocation, we also acknowledge and celebrate the diversity of paths and traditions present in this room. And we celebrate that we find the sacred in so many different ways. For some, this is called God. For others, we may find the sacred within wisdom of our ancestors, or in the beauty of nature, in sparks of creativity, or in pursuit of justice. However it is that you find sacredness in your life, I invite you to pause with me now, and in our shared silence, to invite into your mind and into your heart all that you consider sacred. Let us be in silence. Thank you. Congratulations, and welcome each and every one of you to your well-deserved graduate hooding ceremony. Please be seated.
I will now invite Kim McLaren, Dean of Graduate and Professional Studies at Emerson, to deliver the graduate ceremony address. Kim McLaren is a novelist, essayist, and journalist whose work explores systemic issues in experiential terms, anchoring questions of identity, humanity, and meaning in narratives of family, friends, and self. She is the author of 3 critically acclaimed novels, 2 essay collections, and the biblio-memoir, James Baldwin, Another Country, bookmarked. Her work has appeared in the New England Review, the Sewanee Review, the Sun Magazine, the Washington Post, and many other publications. She is a former staff writer for the Associated Press and the New York Times, and appears regularly on Basic Black on WGBH. Please welcome Dean McLaren.
Thank you, Jan, and good afternoon. I think it's still afternoon, right? Still, good afternoon, graduates. Oh, you look beautiful. It's good to see you. Let us begin by saying that we are living through very dangerous times. That's not my line. That's actually the first line from an essay by the great James Baldwin entitled, "A Talk to Teachers." I borrowed that line to begin my brief remarks today, in part because it's true. These are, without question, very dangerous times. But I also borrowed it because Baldwin's audience in that essay is teachers, and in a way that may not seem obvious at first, so today is mine. Last year, when I gave the first of these graduate hooding ceremony speeches, I discovered that the original meaning behind a master's degree was a declaration that the person had been admitted to the rank of master or teacher at one university and therefore should also be admitted to the same rank at other universities. Probably the reason I didn't realize that until last year is because I myself do not hold a master's degree. Ironic, I know. And a testament, I think, to Emerson College's ability to understand and to celebrate that people can arrive at the same place from different starting points and along very different paths. But pondering that original meaning of the master's degree has been helpful for me as I try to formulate a vision for the graduate programs here at Emerson College, for what I believe we are doing and should be doing, which is this: not only training the best clinicians and communicators and scholars and artists we possibly can, but nurturing the next generation of leaders in these fields, people who will go out and by their actions and their examples influence others and thus shape their workplaces, their communities, and society for the better. In a word, teachers. That's what you are. My hope, my belief, is that we have equipped you with the necessary education to do just that. But in his essay, Baldwin points out what he calls a paradox of education. On the one hand, all education takes place within a social framework and is designed to perpetuate the aims of the society in which it's taken place. And yet, Baldwin writes, quote, "The true purpose of education, finally, is to create in a person the ability to look at the world for himself, to make his own decisions, to say to himself, this is black and this is white, to decide for himself whether there is a God in heaven or not, to ask questions of the universe, and then learn to live with those questions. And in doing that," he says, "a person will necessarily begin to question the society in which their education is taking place." That's the paradox. Now, note that Baldwin defines an educated person as someone who has the ability to ask questions and then, quote, "learn to live with those questions," not to leap to answers, not to impose those answers on others, not to rigidly insist upon sole possession of the truth. To learn to live with the questions is the challenge. To understand that my way of looking at reality is a way, not the way. To say to yourself and to others out loud and as often as possible, "You know, I don't really know," or "Actually, I'm not sure." To be truly educated is to understand that we're all just blind men, feeling the trunk or the side or the ear of an elephant and insisting that we alone know what an elephant is, when in reality, what we have hold of is at best just one small part of the truth. And this leads us to what I think is a further paradox of education. To be truly educated means to think for oneself, but not by oneself, and certainly not only of oneself. Individualism is great and important, but individualism taken to an extreme is a social suicide pact. Wisdom is a collective endeavor. Researchers who study wisdom, and yes, that's a real field of inquiry, have identified 6 measurable components of wisdom. And the most important one of these is pro-social behavior, compassion, empathy, altruism. Wisdom cannot be attained in isolation or in an echo chamber or through an algorithm feeding and feeding itself. Wisdom simply cannot be attained, quite frankly, while not giving a damn about other human beings, even those with whom we disagree. I have a lot more to say on this subject, but I am conscious both of the time and the occasion. This is a commencement. Commencement speeches are supposed to be hopeful and inspiring, and I want to leave you with some hope. To be honest, it was a little difficult. Going back to Baldwin's opening statement, these are dangerous times. Many, many things are threatened. Our planet, our democracy, our children, sitting in their schools, trying to learn, only to be met with violence and bloodshed and death. A society which does not respond, which refuses to respond when its children are repeatedly and clearly endangered, is quite simply a society for which it's hard to have hope. But here's the thing. In my humble opinion, hope is overrated. Now, many people disagree with me about this, so feel free to join them. But I have found that hope, especially of the wishful thinking, magical thinking, maybe things will change kind that we mean, to be of very little use when confronting problems of the human-created kind. Hope is a feeling, and feelings come and go. Feelings do offer valuable information about what's happening inside of us, but most of us cannot control our feelings. What we can control are our actions, what we do. So for me, hope is kind of like a bread machine. Nice to have, prod some people to undertake a task they might not otherwise undertake, but it's expensive and it takes up a lot of space on the counter. And it's not really essential to the job at hand. To make bread, you don't need a bread machine. All you need is 3 things: flour, water, and yeast. And if you're making sourdough, you don't even really need the yeast. It'll come in the air. You don't need hope to understand that dangerous times call for courageous action. You don't need hope to understand that every action you take in any given day, how you drive, how you vote, how you either accept or work against things like gun violence and homelessness and poverty, make our society either less or more humane. You don't need hope to see that the flip side of a right is a responsibility, and that if you're going to claim the coin, you need to claim both sides. You don't need hope to keep going even when the battle seems hopeless, when the odds are not only against you, but clearly insurmountable, when you know that that rock is just gonna roll back down the hill no matter how many times you push it up. You don't need hope to understand that the moral arc of the universe only bends towards justice if everybody grabs hold and pulls it that way, and that if you let go, you are not doing your part. And you don't need hope to understand that technology will not save us, because technology will never and has never solved the problem of the human heart. You don't need hope for any of this, just the rock-solid belief that action in the name of making the world a more humane dwelling place is part of your job as a clinician, a scholar, a master, a teacher, a human being. I was searching for a word for this understanding, this clarity that leads to action even in the absence of hope. Perseverance, resilience, tenacity, these all sort of fit the rule, but the closest I could come was actually tikkun olam, which is the Jewish belief that the world is profoundly broken and can only be healed by human action and that it is therefore your moral responsibility to try regardless of the outcome. A shorter word for this might be integrity. And if, as the poet says, hope is a thing with feathers, integrity is a thing with legs. Now, to show that I'm not a total grouch, I'm going to leave you with a story that I used to tell my children when they were young. A little girl is walking down the beach early one morning, and she sees thousands of starfish washed up on the shore by a storm. She knows that the rising sun will kill the starfish, will dry them out, so she begins picking them up one by one and tossing them back into the ocean. An old man walking past stops to watch her. "Little girl," he says, "you'll never get all those starfish back into the ocean in time. You cannot make a difference." She pauses for a moment, then picks up a starfish and tosses it into the waves. "Made a difference to that one," she says. My hope is that when you go out into the world, graduates, and encounter starfish that need saving and hopeless bystanders who need a model of integrity, and you will, that you'll remember what you have learned here at Emerson College, and that whether or not you are feeling in that crucial moment that feathery thing called hope, you will roll up your sleeves, wade into the tide, and get to work saving starfish. Congratulations. And now it is my great honor and pleasure to introduce, let me get to my page here, this year's graduate student speaker, Rosie Enkhartz. Rosie Enkhartz received her bachelor's in history from Columbia University. Before graduate school, she was a political community organizer and a domestic violence prevention educator. Rosie grew up in New York and lives in Portland, Maine with her husband. Throughout her time in the program, Rosie has been a strong supporter of her peers. Her out-of-the-box thinking has offered a different perspective. She spearheaded a podcast discussion group, successfully advocated for change, organized study groups, and comforted her classmates during difficult time. Most recently, she helped build community by arranging superlatives for her classmates. Please welcome Rosie Enkhartz.
Thank you, Dean McLaren. In November, I was providing speech therapy in a classroom, working with this delightful, endearingly funny, inattentive fourth grader we'll call Micah. His teacher, despite his best efforts, was at a loss for how to help Micah and was puzzled by his blank worksheets. Very quickly, my supervisor and I recognized this wasn't an issue of Micah's comprehension, but that he needed organizational support. Micah's worksheet was visually overwhelming, so I cut it into 4 squares and gave him 1 square at a time. He completed all 4 pieces accurately and was so proud of himself. From then on, all of Micah's worksheets were cut in advance. Micah and I next planned for him to self-advocate in the future. We set him up for success. How did I get there? Let's reflect. Speech at Emerson provided both academic rigors and encouraged us to broaden our lens. Our program was structured to inspire us to weave the threads between our classes, placement, and case studies. Professors and advisors were responsive sounding boards who freely offered guidance. Speech at Emerson shaped the professionals we're becoming. When my dysphagia partner and I struggled with a swallowing case study, Speech at Emerson taught us how to approach it with a focus on the patient. Clarifying what was essential to that patient, we honored their right to prioritize a favorite dessert. Further, Speech at Emerson fostered a collaborative relationship among us, the scattered, remote students who make up this graduating class. Through the generosity of my classmates, we could build on each other's perspectives. Instead of competing, we worked collectively to become our most innovative speech-language pathologists. We showed up for each other by sharing our best ideas without reservation. Up until now, I never thought of myself as creative. I'm not crafty. But as a speech-language pathologist, wow, I found my creative outlet. Thanks to the cutting-edge program we just completed, we can empower clients so they can thrive. Thank you to the Speech at Emerson faculty, staff, and classmates for helping me grow into a creative clinician. You set us up for success with the skills to confidently move forwards as speech-language pathologists. Together, we built a professional network to draw upon for the rest of our careers. Let's use that network for change that extends beyond ourselves. Let's shift the lens in our workplaces away from a deficit-based approach towards one that centers our clients' strengths, interests, and values. Just as we hand clients like Micah tools for self-advocacy, we must advocate alongside our clients for policies that will improve their quality of life beyond the therapy room. Let's aspire to balance our duty as team members with our role as catalysts to support what is most important to our clients, to spur person-centered reforms. Our future is so exciting. Inspired by our clients and mentors, may we use our voices to amplify our clients' self-advocacy and help them drive meaningful progress. Thanks.
As the founding graduate program director for the Speech at Emerson program, it is my honor to introduce and present the Joanne P. Lasker Graduate Program Director Award. This award honors a graduating student who has demonstrated high-level academic and clinical achievement, as well as good citizenship throughout their time in the program. From within the pool of the graduating cohort, our facilitators and faculty vote on the student they feel best embodies speech at Emerson, both in the classroom and in their community. This term's recipient, like those who have come before them, is most deserving of this honor. The recipient this term is well known for their academic achievements. Their work was described as exceptional and thoughtful, synthesizing information and applying feedback with ease. Another faculty member called them a true rock star. This term's awardee not only stepped up to support peers when needed, but contributed to the overall learning environment for others by asking thoughtful and inclusive questions during class. During clinical practicum experiences, the student was eager to learn as much as they could from every opportunity, independently researching outside of sessions and even attending conferences whenever possible. Their dedication earned this recipient a scholarship from the American Speech Language Hearing Association Foundation in 2021 in response to a glowing essay and recommendations from our faculty. They are the first Speech at Emerson student to receive this award. But most remarkably, this student has been known for their citizenship throughout their time in our midst. They are a consummate professional, balancing humility and self-advocacy, as well as striving to provide the best level of care they can. From the sea of fine students sitting in front of us today, theirs was the name that stood out to our staff and faculty as the clear choice to be honored with this award. Today, it is my pleasure to present the Joanne P. Lasker Graduate Program Director Award to Caleb Hunter.
Will all of the master's degree candidates please rise? Provost Roberts Breslin, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Communication at Emerson College, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates for the degree of Master of Science who have successfully completed all requirements.
Thank you, Dean Smith. Graduates, please come forward to receive your hood.
Kelly Amber Agnes Abarquez. Tiffany Lynn Acosta. Catherine Marie Adams.
Watch the hood.
Nita Ahmed. Lauren Ashley Ali. Lizzie Esmeralda Alvarez. Andrea Lynn Alvin. Brianna Jean Anderson. Marisa Anjos. Rosie N. Carts. Christine N. Armbruster. Mónica Arroyo. Wiglaish Astacio. Cecilia Beckman. Marcy Lynn Bagley. Corey James Bailey. Carrie Balda. Elizabeth Anna Berry. Andrea Lee Bors. Angela Babash Kajaira. Isabel Marie Canadeo. Marlene Castellanos. Mary Catherine Cave. Estefania Chávez. Tasha Ray Chávez. Corinne Danielecki. Kevin Marie Dantes. Caitlin Lee Davis. Nicole Rianne Davis. Jessie Lauren Davis Lord. Danny Marie De Leon. Junifer Sterling Daliska. Sarah Marie Espiritu Dudek. Alexandra Duran Maury Duke. Charles Dulce. Christine Marie A. Nelson. Natalie Estrada. Zarina Irish Salazan Fazer. Clementina Castro Fernández. Angelica Finnegan. Sylvia Fletcher. Cassia Rose Florentine. Anthony Michael Freeman. Rebecca Drew Garrison. Iris Garza. Rocio Alondra Gaspar. Eileen Gonzalez. Natalie Montes Gonzalez. Lindsay Grandois. Molly Greenlee. Julia Jane Grubbs. Amanda Nicole Hernández Guzmán. Anna McLemore Haben. Shelby Christine Hessler. Courtney Lavelle Herford. Janeiri Yasmín Hernández Ochoa. Taylor Cami Hirata. McKenna Rose Horan. Meredith Ashley Duggernas Horgan. Caleb Saint Art Hunter. Chloe Jules. Allison Caitlin Young. Justine Kim. Megan Bailey Koziak. Alexandra Kotowski. Nicole LeBlanc. Sana Britt Lyman. Jennifer Rebecca Mansour. Joko Giron Maramag. Eva Raquel Marcial Resto. Jennifer Roan Markevich. Judith Gabriela Mayorga. Andrea Lee McCool. Johnny Lee McDonald. Sarah Marie McGraw. Marisa Dorima Melchior. Madeline Kimberly Melemar Oshro. Sarah Bell Mayer. Alicia Joelle Miller. Diana Ray Miller. Savannah Lynn Miller. Coral Loren Moghadam. Sarel Moreno Molina. Mary Elizabeth Munoz. Ashley Morgan Mirren. Marianne Alice Nares. Ashley Nicole Wittig Nelson. Abigail Edrina Noel. Kimberlyn Ortiz. Catherine Marie Paiva. Mariana Sylvia Parisi. Elizabeth Pasta. Jessica Paz. Jennifer Jean Perez. Juliana Micaela Perez. Ivana Irv Peterson. Dana Jean Pilotti. Diraya Raquel Cabico Pins. Johanna Perdner. Charlotte Caroline Presley. Sadia Qureshi. Karen Rangel. Veronica Alexandra Reyes Lara. Che Oriane Richard. Brianna Marie Rios. Whitney Elizabeth Roll. Rhonda Samuel. Sapna Shah. Sydney Lucia Marie Shibuya. Christina Roshni Silva. Peyton Ashley Slivka. Rachel Joyce Smith. Brooke Marie Solan. Jessica Sung. Frankie Lynn Swanson. Jasmine Taryn Taylor. Santana Esther Louise Taylor. Tabitha Taylor. Astrid Toribio. Alexandria Triligi. Roxana Loana Tudorica. Brittany Nicole Vargas. Hillary Verbeek. Janet Verdin. Holly Ann Volpes. Anissa Wahidudin. Leah Wendt. Jessica Lillian White. Priscilla Esther Aurora White. Annalim Louise Winters. Tisita Werku. Bailey Elizabeth Jugnis.
May I ask the audience to rise for the benediction and to remain standing for the closing and the recessional. Thank you. Graduates, as you will go from this place, blessing the world with your work and words and beings, we now take this moment to confer our blessings upon you. May you always trust in your wisdom, for it is a sacred compass within you. May you always treat yourself with gentleness, for you are worthy of compassion and care. And may you always know that you, your presence, and your work and your being has already been a gift to many communities, and we here at Emerson are now honored to count you amongst our alumni. So go forth with our pride in you, with our belief in you, and with our hopes that you will bless others as you have blessed us. Congratulations, and go in peace.
Thank you for joining us today to celebrate this momentous occasion. Congratulations again to the Emerson College class of 2023 Speech at Emerson graduates. This marks the conclusion of our ceremony. Please allow the speakers and our graduates to exit first.
you.